Hey everybody, I'm Dan McClellan. I'm a scholar of the Bible and religion. Let's take a look at a video.
This scholar has made it his life's work to destroy Christianity, and he's doing a great job of it.
I don't think that's Bart's life's work in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, and I would expect some kind of evidence to make an accusation like that.
Dr. Bart Ehrman is a world-renowned New Testament scholar and received his PhD from Princeton Theological Seminary. Bart used to be a Christian, and according to his blog, he has since become an agnostic atheist. And do not think for one moment that Ehrman doesn't understand the scriptures because he is an unbeliever. He understands them better than you.
This is true.
Now watch Bart in this next clip raise the hardest argument for a Christian to respond to, and one that only the best skeptics bring up: that Jesus is a false prophet because the kingdom of God didn't come, nor did the end of the world as prophesied in the Olivet Discourse.
All of our earliest sources about Jesus is that he's preaching about the coming kingdom of God. Some of you standing here won't taste death before they see the kingdom has come in power. This generation will not pass away before all these things take place. So what do Christians do about that? Well, they reinterpret it. So he didn't really mean that. He meant something else.
And what's going on there in your view? Is that just people sort of coping with the idea that this didn't come to fruition?
The problem about what to do with it has been around as long as there have been Christians, because the earliest Christians expected it to come right away. The Apostle Paul thinks it's going to come right away. His followers thought it was all going to come right away. It didn't come right away.
Now Bart is fully aware of postmillennialism, and that Jesus prophesied not the destruction of the world in a generation, but Jerusalem, which did happen in 70 AD, but he deceptively leaves that information out from the interviewer.
So this is a false accusation and is also an attempt on the part of this creator to eat their cake and have it too, because there are two things that are mentioned: the second coming and the destruction of Jerusalem or the world, depending on how you interpret it. Now, both of these prophecies are subsumed under this conclusion that this generation will not pass away until all these things have come to pass. And so this creator appeals to the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 CE as an indication that the prophecy about destruction did come to pass within that generation. But that leaves the prophecy about the Son of Man coming in clouds and great power and glory in his kingdom, which is also supposed to happen within that single generation. But to wave that away without engaging it in any detail, this creator just sparks postmillennialism, which is the idea that the second coming won't happen until after the millennium. So it is something that is still way down the road. And so this creator is appealing to the prophecy about this happening within that same generation for the destruction of Jerusalem, and entirely sidestepping the fact that the second coming was also supposed to happen in that one generation. That's something this creator cannot account for. And the accusation that Bart is omitting details is wildly false, because Bart very explicitly pointed out that Christians reinterpret these prophecies to make it sound like they are still valid, and this creator, by appealing to postmillennialism and preterism, is sharing precisely those reinterpretations.
He knows the book of Mark was written before 70 AD, and Jesus' own words to flee to the mountains of Judea when it happens.
No, Bart's position is the academic consensus that the Gospel of Mark was written right around 70 CE.
Bart, you are a brilliant scholar, but stop deceiving Christians.
This creator is not remotely engaging Bart on his own terms. This creator is engaging in some rhetorical sleight of hand, and this creator is making claims about Bart's motivations and about Bart's positions that are not only not supported by any data, but are precluded by the actual data that do exist.